This sequence is for yoga for sciatic pain. And I guess the first thing that I want to say about yoga for sciatica in general is that sciatic pain is usually a nerve that's pinching. And while I can tell you what to do to take pressure off of the nerve, sometimes the best thing for sciatic pain is to relax it and stay off of it for a little while, treating with over-the-counter anti-inflammatories for a period of time in ice. And then usually after about 10 days to 14 days, you can then start to do some mild exercises to alleviate the pressure on the sciatic nerve. Sometimes if muscles get really tight, they go into spasm, it can exacerbate a condition. The other thing that I found is that if people sit for really long periods of time, so I would recommend that if you do work at your desk, that once an hour you get up and you just take pressure off the sciatic nerve, doing some very simple stretches that I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so the first one that I would do would be just a simple, really simple forward fold. To start with, it might be enough to just rest your elbows on your knees and then just stretch forward. I'll give you a side view of this as well. So just like that. And you're just taking pressure off, and you're just going to stretch down a little bit and feel this lower back area kind of expand. Just a little bit like that. Start to breathe deep. Also with anything, if there's a lot of pressure and tension, physical tension sometimes is manifested by emotional tension or psychological tension. So because of that, you want to also try and remain as relaxed as possible and practice your relaxation during your yoga class. Okay, then another thing you can do is you can put your hands, if you can reach down, you can put your hands on the ground and just do a mild stretch. And then from here, you're just going to come up onto the side of your left foot and then just lift. So I'm actually just kind of lifting my left hip up a little bit, and so it stretches in here. So I'm stretching my left lower back, okay, like that. And then since you're already here, you can try extending your left arm forward. Okay, so I'm just on the side of the foot. I'll give you again a frontal view, and I'm just pulling my left hip up a little bit, leaning towards my right leg. Now again, if it pinches when you do this, then you might need to take a break from it and revisit it next week or something and just see. And then go to the other side. Again, lifting to the side of the foot and lifting the right hip up a little bit. So your foot is just like barely touching the ground. Alright, so really what's touching the ground right now is just the front of my foot. My heel is slightly off of the ground. Good, and then back to here. Feet about a little wider apart this time, maybe 2 feet apart, and then just stretch down. Try and also consciously relax the area, and then inhale all the way up. Good, and then from here we're going to do the IT bend stretch. Again, it's a very similar stretch. You're going to cross your right leg in front, and then you're just going to kind of pull up on your right side, your right hip. And you can use a chair too. You can put your hand on a chair and do the same thing. Okay, then switch sides. And then just again pulling up. If I had a chair, I would have moved it to this side, and I would just pull up a little bit with my left hip. The whole purpose of this is to take pressure off of the nerves. And again, you may only be able to do one side. And then back to center. Good, and then from here, you're just going to cross your legs. So I'm going to give you more of a 3/4 angle. You're going to cross your right leg on top, like this. And then you're just going to pull your right leg in a little bit, like that. So I'm just pulling my knee towards my torso. That's again, just to stretch a little bit in that area. You should feel it taking pressure off the nerve. If it increases, you ease back or you come out of the pose. Okay, and breathe. Try to keep your back as straight as possible or as flexibility permits. Another more beginning variant on this, if it's already tight here, you can do it where your right foot's on the outside of your left shin. Good, and then switch sides. So again, up here, left leg is in front. I'm going to just clasp, and I'm just going to pull a little bit and breathe. And I'm leaning on my right hip. Now, depending on the stage of sciatic pain that you're having, even this might be too intense. So you could put your left foot in front and try just pulling your left knee in And that's fine as well. Okay, and breathe. Keep breathing, pick a focus point. So you're also building concentration and just cultivating focus. Good, and then the next one is called cat pose. Now these are just, again, really easy, very mild stretches. You're going to lay on your back. First, pull your right leg in a little bit. And then you're going to pull your right knee over with your left hand to your left side. Extend your right arm out to your right side, and then look over at your right hand. Don't pull very hard, just enough so you just feel a very mild sensation on like your left upper glute area, and in this case your left leg that's on the ground and your right upper glute lower back area. And just very mild pull, and then back to center. Hug your right knee in, and hug your left knee in. Breathe, take in a deep breath. And then slowly again, and just slowly, so you're also building patience, twisting over to the other side. And again, now I feel the pressure is on my right leg, and the stretch is on my left hip area. So I'm just pushing down. And again, this is going to take pressure off of the area from what we call the ilium and the sacrum. Okay, so like what some people call the tailbone, really it's the sacrum area, sacroiliac area. Okay, so the ilium is the side of the hip, the sacrum is here. And then you're just stretching very gently. Good, and then from here you're just going to take in a deep breath, inhale, and then exhale, just slowly coming over back to center, hug your left knee in, and then hug both knees in. Okay, and then bending both legs like this, you're just going to clasp and then just pull down very gently. Now normally we would have people press their tailbone hard towards the ground. If you have a sciatic condition, you can let it come up a little bit. That's okay. You want to just feel it taking pressure off of the lower back sacrum area. Good, and then release your feet down towards the ground, roll to your left side, very easily pressing up to a seated posture. Good, and then from here, that'll complete our sequence. We end with our final salutation, which since this comes from Eastern Indian Yoga, we end with the word Namaste. Namaste.